On November 24, 1971, the night before Thanksgiving, a Boeing 727 departed Portland, Oregon, bound for Seattle. On board were 36 passengers and 6 crew members. Among them was a man dressed neatly in a black suit, white shirt, and dark tie. He appeared calm, polite, and ordinary, smoking cigarettes and drinking bourbon. He purchased his ticket under the name Dan Cooper, though a press error would later turn him into the legendary D.B. Cooper. During the flight, Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant. She initially ignored it, thinking it was a phone number, until he leaned in and whispered, "Miss, you'd better read that note. I have a bomb." Inside his briefcase, he briefly revealed a bundle of red cylinders and wires. Whether it was real or fake, nobody ever found out. Cooper's demands were bold: $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck ready in Seattle. Despite the shocking threat, he was strangely calm. Never aggressive, never loud. Passengers remained unaware of the hijacking, while the crew nervously followed his instructions. Hours later, the plane landed in Seattle, where the FBI delivered the money and parachute. Cooper released all passengers unharmed, but he kept the crew with him. With his demands met, Cooper ordered the pilots to take off again, this time toward Mexico City. His instructions were specific: fly low at 10,000 feet and at a slow speed of about 200 knots. The Boeing 727 was unusual because it had a rear staircase that could be lowered during flight, and Cooper knew this detail well. Around 8 p.m., somewhere over the stormy wilderness of Washington state, Cooper strapped on a parachute, tied the bag of cash to himself, and lowered the staircase. The crew felt a sudden shift in cabin pressure, and then silence. Cooper had jumped into the freezing, rainy night, vanishing into the darkness. When the plane finally landed in Reno, Nevada, the rear staircase was open, the money and parachutes gone, and Cooper was nowhere to be found. What followed was one of the most intense investigations in FBE history, codenamed NORJAK, the Northwest Hijacking. Thousands of suspects were questioned, from military paratroopers to career criminals. Yet no trace of Cooper ever surfaced. No parachute was recovered, no body was discovered, and no evidence was found. For years, the trail remained cold until one surprising discovery nearly a decade later. In 1980, a young boy camping with his family along the Columbia River found a decayed bundle of $20 bills buried in the sand. The bills, totaling $5,800, matched the serial numbers of the ransom money. Beyond that, nothing else ever appeared. Did Cooper survive the daring jump, or did the stormy night claim his life? Some experts argue he never had a chance. The weather was brutal, the terrain was unforgiving, and parachuting into darkness without proper equipment was nearly impossible. Others believe he was far more skilled than anyone realized. His calm behavior, his detailed instructions, and his choice of parachutes suggest military or aviation experience. Perhaps he landed safely, disappeared under a new identity, and lived the rest of his life in secret. Over the years, dozens of suspects were investigated, and several individuals even confessed to being D.B. Cooper, but none could ever be proven. Finally, in 2016, after 45 years of searching, the FBI officially closed the case. Yet the mystery refuses to die. To this day, D.B. Cooper remains the only hijacker in American history who successfully escaped with the crime. No fingerprints, no confirmed identity, no closure, just a man, a parachute, and $200,000 lost to time. Was he a criminal genius who pulled off the perfect escape, or just a desperate man swallowed by the storm? Half a century later, his story continues to fascinate, inspire, and frustrate. One thing, however, is certain. The legend of D.B. Cooper has secured its place as the greatest unsolved mystery in FB1 history.